Hi, I'm Xiaojie. I'm a psychotherapist. People come to see me directly, or they could also come to see me through an employment assistance program. To make it short, the acronym is EAPs. Many people in China are still not familiar with employment assistance program as they're relatively new in the country and uncommon still. These programs are currently only offered by financially strong and stable employers who are committed to supporting their employees. These employees can then access psychotherapy counseling services at no cost for a number of sessions in most cases. Engaging in therapy is a deeply personal experience, so it's understandable that some people might be concerned about the confidentiality. And in today's video, I will explore this topic in depth. Rest assured, we therapists take confidentiality very seriously because of the paramount importance in the therapeutic relationship, including within EAPs. To begin with, there are several fundamental principles that apply universally to all therapists. All therapists are commonly obligated by professional ethics and legal requirements to preserve confidentiality, while obliged to keep your personal information and your therapy sessions confidential. This practice is likewise practiced in China as well. However, there are specific circumstances where therapists may be required to breach confidentiality. These situations include when there is an immediate risk of serious harm to you or others, suspected abuse of vulnerable individuals such as a child or an elderly person, or when legally compelled to a court subpoena to disclose information. If you go to see a therapist through the EAP program, does the confidentiality change? So your EAP is typically funded by your employer, which is why it's free for you. There might be instances therapist communication with the EAP providers or employer is necessary for general use of statistics or program evaluation purposes. However, the specific details of your therapy sessions or your personal information should still remain confidential. Does it sound vague to you? Don't worry, it'll be actually on a black and white paper called Informed Consent, which I'll talk about soon. So what is your employer interested in knowing? So far, my experiences and observation tells me that it doesn't go beyond who has used the services and how many times. Your HR department usually retains such information for billing purposes or for internal record keeping. This might involve registering through an internal portal or the therapist being required to submit names. It is possible that this data could be utilized in a meaningful way if HR takes a step forward, such as analyzing male-female ratio, age demographics, or tracking levels of usage. By identifying mental health trends, the HR department could potentially develop solutions on a broader scale to enhance the working environment to reduce anxiety and depression. Importantly, generally, your colleagues or your supervisors would not be informed by your HR about your individual attendance or usage of the EAP services in counseling because it's still considered sensitive information. If you are unsure, please ask your HR. At the end of the day, all you need to know is on informed consent. This agreement provides vital information and includes everything you need to know about confidentiality. Signing it will ultimately bind the therapist from sharing information, and by thoroughly reading it and understanding the informed consent document, you will have a clear idea of the confidentiality guidelines. Take the time and carefully review the contents of this document and ask the therapist or HR if you have any questions. I hope this video gave you a more comprehensive understanding of confidentiality. Make sure that you feel comfortable with therapy before you start. And like everything else, enjoy the therapy sessions.